Next, let's look at in the base function y equals absolute value of x. What would adding and subtracting a number on the inside of those absolute values be? In this case, we call that an h. So let's go to our Desmos calculator. And all right, now I want y'all to think we know adding and subtracting on the outside, adding makes it go up, subtracting makes it go down. And y'all are very, very smart humans. What do you think is going to happen when I add 3 on the inside of this function? How do we think that is going to change the picture of the graph? So now that you've got a good guess in your head, let's go ahead and add 3. Now, I don't know about you, but the first time I thought about this, I was like, all right, plus 3. That should go right because right is the pluses, but it's not. It goes left. And there are some fancy reasons for that, mainly being you have to plug in a more negative number so that when you add 3, you get 0 and it shifts things to the left because what we're plugging in is more negative to get that 0. Anyway, that is why it moves left technically. But I like to say it's just because insides of functions, when you do things inside of functions, they are backwards and stupid. They're just stupid. You think adding should go right. In your brains, that makes sense. That's not what happens. It goes left. And what do you think that subtracting 3 is going to do? So here's our parent graph. What is subtracting 3 going to do? Yep, it went to the right by 3. And again, if we subtract 5, the whole thing, same picture. It just freezes and shifts to the right by 5 when we subtract. And if we added 4, it's going to shift left by 4. So we say that adding and subtracting on the inside do horizontal shifts. And in our brains, we're going to think backwards and stupid. It's always going to work backwards of what our gut would think that it does. So let's fill this out. When h is positive, when we add on the inside, the graph is going to shift left. Okay. And when we are on negative, when we subtract on the inside, the graph is going to shift right by k. And why is this? Because insides are backwards and stupid. That's the Mrs. Hoffman way of saying it. Again, there are mathematical reasons that we kind of talked about. And if you want to know the more fancy mathematical reasons, please come and see me. I am happy to explain the fancier mathematical reasons. But it basically has to do with you have to plug in a different x to get the result that you wanted. And thus we end up shifting the opposite direction.